If you are new to minimalism or you're just looking to reduce your family's waste a little bit this year, I'm giving you the 12 things I refuse to buy in 2021. So today I am bringing you 12 things that my family is not buying at all in 2021. Some of these we've already gotten rid of, and some of these I'm afraid are going to be significantly harder. So I'm very much looking forward to the conversations in the comments that happen about whether you've done some of these, whether you're working on these things, maybe you have some brands or advice for me. I am here for it. I do want to just let you know too that if you don't identify as female, there is quite an overshare later in this episode. So if you need to exit, no harm, no foul, you do you. But if you're here for it, you're curious, stick around. Before we jump too far in, I do just want to introduce myself. My name is Becky, in case you are new here. I'm the very proud owner and author at Writeabee.com. And one of the things I love to do is bring you tips, advice, and just conversations about motherhood. I am on the path of raising empathetic and creative kids who are activists and allies and going to take over the world. So if you're ready to join me, please hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. I'd love to chat with you every Sunday. All right, so the first couple are the easy ones to get rid of. And the very first one on my list is, I have my list here. The very first one on my list is traditional shampoos and conditioners. So this summer, since we were home a lot more, the summer of 2020, I went ahead and ditched all of our traditional shampoos and conditioners, and we are pretty much now on bar soaps, bar shampoos, bar conditioners. The packaging is significantly lower. Everything comes kind of in cardboard boxes that's easily recyclable. And so we've been really enjoying that. I think, you know, my hair looks clean, it looks good, it's healthy. We've not had any major issues with it. And so far we've been loving it. So no more traditional shampoos and conditioners. Number 2, makeup remover wipes. Now, I don't typically use these a lot. I tend to just wash my face in the shower, but I will say I like to have them on hand for days when I'm super lazy, and if I'm doing something like online teaching and I put a little makeup on, then it's just easier when it's late at night and I'm just exhausted. So this one's a little bit harder, but it's not going to be the end of the world. And I do think there may be some biodegradable options that I want to look into. So if you have a zero waste or a low waste kind of biodegradable face wipe option, I'm definitely listening. I have to do some research, but I'm getting rid of my traditional wipes that just don't break down. Number 3 is traditional tea bags. Now, I love to have tea in the evenings. It feels very warm and cozy. I like to go to bed warm. So sometimes I'll drink a hot cup of tea. I'll put on a heating pad, and I like to feel warm and secure, and it sort of helps my body relax. And so I do drink a lot of tea in the evenings. Tea bags, unfortunately, are known for having plastics in them, as well as all the packaging and stuff on the outside. So I will use what I have, and then I will stop purchasing traditional tea bags and switch completely over to loose leaf tea. And I'm not sad about this option. I'm actually kind of excited. I think loose leaf tea will be fun. And so I think this is going to be a really good option for us. Number 4 is most individually packaged snacks. So think goldfish as prepackaged or veggie straws as prepackaged. The reason that we were purchasing them obviously was because my husband and I were both working outside the home. The kids were both going to school and daycare outside the home. And so it was just so much easier to throw a snack together like that. We also gave them apples and things that were real food, but it was so much easier to have an apple and a prepackaged bag of goldfish. Now that I'm home and my husband is home most of the time, we're able to do these things for our kids that we weren't before. And I've actually realized when we do go back to school and work, I think that it will be easy just to stay on this path. We have snack bags that are fabric, and very easy to make and use. So I don't think we'll go back. We won't need those options anymore, and we found that this is an easy substitute. Number 5 is art kits. And For a long time, my daughter always wanted these bracelet kits or art making kits, and she would get so excited, and then they just sit. She never uses them. I find that she would much rather be more creative with her own things in her own space. She loves to paint and she loves clay, and she just doesn't have any desire to do those projects. You know, she'll open them and she'll wish she had something else or she was doing something else. And so they just sit wasted. So we're not going to do those anymore. I think society tells us that they're cool. There's pictures of tween girls on them, really having a lot of fun, but they're not for us. So if you're having a birthday party, we're not, we're not getting that for you. Sorry. And number 6 is seasonal decor. Now, I am one of those adults that has a really hard time walking into Target and walking out of Target, but I'm going to work really hard to not buy seasonal products. The only season I typically really decorate for is Christmas, and I have plenty of stuff. I don't need any more. So I think we're just going to use what we have and make do. Now, I do like decor, I do like clay, I do like pottery, I do like art. And so if we're out at a fair or something, you know, when life goes back to normal, I may purchase decor, home decor, but I'm not going to specifically purchase things for Easter or things for Valentine's Day. I'm kind of done with that. We're going to go more minimalist in our approach. And so we're going to be purging some things, giving some things, selling some things, and we don't really need to be adding a lot. All right, so the next 6 are significantly harder, and this is really where your advice or tips will come into play. So if you have ideas or things that could help me, let's talk. Number 7 on my not gonna buy it list is single-use cleaner. Now, that's things like Windex, right? It really only has one purpose. So I'm gonna look for more multi-purpose cleaners, gentler cleaners. I'm really into like Mrs. Meyer's brand, Method, something gentler on the earth, but that still will clean. Those kind of, I do like a clean house. So those kind of things are going to be on my do not buy list. Number 8 is going to be a challenge, and that's clearance clothes. I always go straight to the clearance racks and look for things that I might want. And the problem with this is that even though they're cheaper, I never wear them. So I've spent tons of money and I have tons of clothes. And to be honest with you, I don't like them. I bring them home, I try them on, they don't fit right or they don't feel right. And you think, oh, geez, no wonder these were clearance, right? So I'm gonna stick to buying things that I want, and I'm not going to worry necessarily about if they're clearance. Now, that does mean I need to shop less, right? So I'm going to buy quality clothes or maybe even thrift. I'm getting really curious about places like ThredUp, but I don't need to buy clearance clothes. Buying secondhand clothes feels different to me than buying just clearance clothes. Okay, whew. It's a long list. All right, number 9. Now this is the overshare. So if you need to duck out, go ahead and go. But if you're here for it, single-use feminine products. I am done with single-use feminine products. The idea of all of that going into the landfill is the exact reason why I chose cloth diapers for both of my kids. There are more comfortable options out there. There are more earth-friendly and conscious options out there. So I am happy to answer questions if you guys have it. I'm going to put a link in the description below that kind of talks about how I moved into non-single-use feminine products. But I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm not shy about it. But if you are curious or interested, not buying them anymore, I just cannot continue to justify it. Number 10 is drugstore makeup. And while I don't purchase drugstore makeup now, I do sometimes still purchase things that I probably shouldn't. So I'm looking more for earth conscious and natural options. So I'm not sure exactly what that looks like, but definitely packaging is important. And I'm looking for softer and gentler materials or ingredients in the makeup. So definitely something less harsh, less chemically, less cheaply made, because as I get older, I notice that my skin is going to start needing different things, and I definitely want to be earth aware. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys a little bit. Number 11, if you know me at all, this is not really hard, but every year I always think I need a gym membership and I never go. I'm just not a workout person. I never go. If I'm gonna work out, I need to start with walking. I need to start with things in my neighborhood, hiking, exploring with my kids, and being outside. And I just am not going to do the gym membership route. Now, if I prove to myself that I'm really into this and I can do this and I can stay consistent, then that's something that I might consider later. But for now, it's off the table. I'm not going to use it. And if I do need something, I have other options. So gym membership, not going to buy it in 2021. This last one, number 12, I have very mixed feelings about. It's traditional laundry soap. So again, traditional laundry soap is really chemically, and while I love the smell and I know things are clean, I think that there are healthier and better options out there for us. Now, I don't know what that looks like. I have a pretty good stock of laundry soap. So over the next week or two, I'm going to be really researching and figuring out what our next steps are. But in 2021, we are not buying traditional laundry soap. I hope you liked this list of 12 things my family, me really, are not buying at all in 2021. And if you have any questions, if you have comments, suggestions specifically, would love to hear from you. So please talk to me in the comments. I always look every day to see if there have been new comments. So let me know. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye everyone.